Hi friends, it's Amanda here from Fun Hands-On Learning. In this video, I'm going to show you the lessons that I have planned for the first 2 weeks of preschool. So I am doing these activities with 3 of my children. I have a kiddo that's special needs, so he is doing pre-K. He has Down syndrome. He's going to do a few kindergarten related things, but mostly pre-K. So he's doing all of these activities with us. I also have 2 preschoolers that I'm doing them with as well. So there will be 3 children that will be doing these preschool lessons. Now, my last video, I showed you lots of preschool activities that those 3 kids will be doing the first few weeks of school as well. And we are definitely doing those activities. But this video is going to be the actual specific lessons that we're going to be doing. So these lessons come from my Hands-On to Learn preschool curriculum. You do not have to have that curriculum to watch this video and to get a lot of information out of it, I hope. But if you do have that curriculum, I think that you will find this video helpful as you see how I have planned out the first 2 weeks. Now, these lessons actually come from just the first week, but I'm going to stretch it out to make it last through 2 weeks because I feel like I have so many different things that we can do with it that it's definitely going to take us more than 1 week. All right, so we're going to get into it. So with the Hands-On to Learn preschool curriculum, there are 4 main concepts: letters, numbers, shapes, and colors. So those are the 4 concepts that we will do, and we have a different letter, shape, number, and color for each week. And like I said, this is going to be for 2 weeks. All right, so the first week, or for us, the first 2 weeks, the color is red, as you can see. The letter is A, as you can see. The number is 1, and the shape is a circle. And I'm going to show you, this is Mr. Circle. All right, so let's get into it, and I will try to go through this as quick as possible. So the first thing that we do is we go over the introduction of our letter, color, number, and shape. And so to do that, the curriculum comes with these posters. So I hold up the poster, and so we'll say, we're going to learn today about the letter A. And then we'll hold up our poster and we'll say, this is an A and this is an apple. A is for apple. The A says a in apple. A says a. And then we always sing. The A says a. The A says a in apple. The A says a. I also have a little puppet that we use. This is actually not from the curriculum. This is separate, but I do have it on my website, so you can go ahead and download this if you want. I'll leave links below to everything. And I usually will do the song with the puppet as well, so it'll be like this. The A says a. The A says a in apple. The A says a. So we'll use our little puppet, and I have a whole set for all the letters of the alphabet. So we have that when we introduce it. I also sometimes use our little flashcard stick. So each day we'll do something different. So like one day maybe I'll hold up the poster, and one day maybe we'll do our puppet, and one day maybe we'll do our flashcard stick, and or I'll let one of the kids hold the flashcard stick while we do the puppet or while we do the poster, and they'll hold it up and then we'll sing it again. So we do that. Now, another thing I do when I introduce what letter we're doing for the week is I try to do a little activity with it. So I have these little red apples that I got a few years ago. I got them around fall time because we were doing an apple theme, and I thought it's perfect for this because our color is red and for the week, and our letter is A and all of that. So I have put little trinkets in each one of these apples, and so each day we'll do a different apple. So I'll say something like, all right, I have an apple here today, and my apple opens. Should we open my apple? But before we open my apple, what color is my apple? My apple is, and then I'll wait for them to tell me, and then I'll say, yes, my apple is red. Should we open the apple? Okay, let's open. let's open. And then we'll open it. And my little trinkets that I have in here have to do with what we're learning. And so this one is a number 1. I'll say, look, what is inside? It's the number 1. The number 1. The number 1. I found the number 1. The number 1. Should we count? Should we count 1? And so then I'll have like little counters and we'll just count out 1 item, and the kids love that. Okay, so that's the example of that one. And then inside this one is a red elephant with an A. So we'll talk about, look, it's an elephant and it has our color of the week. It is red. Oh, and what's on our elephant? What is this? And then I'll wait for them to tell me, it's the letter. And then hopefully they'll say, A, you're right, that is the letter A. So in that one I have a red elephant with the letter A. Oop. And then in this next one, I have a button. And we are doing the circle this week, so we will say, this is a circle, and it's a red circle. And there is a little poem that goes with circles. So let me pull that out. So this is the poster that comes in the curriculum for circle, and it says, circle, circle, big and round. What I do is roll around. And so when I take that out, oops, that's wrong. So when I take that out, I'll say, it's a circle. Circle, circle, big and round. What I do is roll around. And we'll just do the poem every single day, and the kids end up learning it. And then this last one in here, I have an A. So there's a capital A and lowercase a, and we kind of do the same kind of thing. So there's that. And then let me show you the other posters. So then when we introduce, here is the color red poster, and we'll talk about a fire truck is red. A truck is red. The fire truck is red. The wagon is red. A pepper is red. And then I have little objects actually that we could use to put on there and match them up if we want. Oh, and this last thing is not from the curriculum, but this is a poster that I use all the time. I have a whole set of these for all the letters of the alphabet. As you can see, B's on the other side, but we're just using A this week. And this is for rolling out dough, and these are Domats that I made years ago. But we use them as little posters, and I love to hold these ones up as well. So I just had this in my stack of things. All right, moving on. Okay, I wanted to show you, we've already been doing many of these activities because the week is already, our first week has already started. So I may have some clips in here, video clips in here of some of the things that we've done, and if I do, I'll put them in randomly in this video. But when I introduced the circle, I had these little beanbag circle faces, and so we were playing a little game today, and we were learning, practicing our body parts with our circles. So it was like, it goes like this. So I was taking the circle and I would put it on my head, and I would say, I have a circle on my head, on my head. I have a circle on my head, on my head. I have a circle on my head, I have a circle on my head, I have a circle on my head, on my head. So I would be holding this on my head, and then the children would each have one that they would be putting on their head, and they would be doing the song with me. And then I would put it, like, say, on my ear, and I would hold it up to my ear, and I would say, I have a circle on my ear, and they'd all be holding up their circles to their ear. And then we'd sing it with maybe, I have a circle on my knee, and we put it on our knees, or we'd put it on our tummies, or we'd put it on our feet, or whatever, and we sing the song, and it's just really cute. So it's a cute way for them to see the circle again, because obviously we're doing circles, but it was also a fun way to review our body parts, and so they love that. And it's also great for language development, because the first rung for language development is doing what someone else is doing. So when I put it on my head, they're putting it on their head, or when I'm putting it on my ear, they're putting it on their ear, and so on. And it really helps not only with learning the circle, learning our body parts, but also with language development. So anyways, that was just a fun activity that we did today. So it's just an option for you to do when you are teaching your shapes. Moving on past the introduction of each day, we also do lots of hands-on activities that come with this curriculum. So this activity I'm going to show you we did yesterday, I think. And it's called Match It Red, and it's an activity learning the color red. And what I did is I attached each of the four of the cards to this little sorting tray. You don't have to have a sorting tray. What it's supposed to be is you just put the cards on the table and then they sort them that way. But I decided to use a sorting tray just to make it a little bit more fun. But there are other cards. So I just picked 4 here that we did today, but then we'll probably do this activity again tomorrow with a few of the other pictures. So there's also a red pepper and a red strawberry. So we may end up doing this activity again and adding those in and then taking some of these out. But I only had 4 spots on this tray. I didn't have 6, and so we did 4 today. So we did the red crayon, the red apple, the red crab, and the red heart. And what it is they are to sort the color pictures. So here they are, and that's all they did today. So they took, like this is a red crayon, so they put it in the one with the crayon. And by the way, all I did to attach these to this tray is just put a little tiny piece of tape. That way I could just take them right off when we're done doing this activity. So here is a red heart, so they would just put that one with the heart there, you can see, and so on. So that's what they did, and I think these are kind of in order because they sorted them and I just put them back in the middle. But basically they would just take one out of the middle, or I would hand it to them if it was a student that needed me to hand it to them. And then they would look and they would match up. There's a red crab with a red crab, and so on. You get the idea. I think they're all together because we did this today. So there's all the red crabs, and then here's the red crayon, and then here's the red apples. So that's it. They would just sort them, and I think there were four cards for each picture. Activity from this curriculum from the first week. It is a color activity working on the color red, and all you need are some manipulatives, and the kids cover up the red pictures on the mat. So I am using these red counters. They're math counters, and they're all vehicles or transportation type counters. So I have a car and an airplane and a school bus and a fire truck and a boat and things like that. So basically they're going to use those, and they're just going to cover up all the red pictures. So we have a red cherry, and we have a red paint splotch, and we have a red wagon, and a red apple, and a red heart. So that's what they do with this activity. This next activity is a memory strip. So they are going to try to memorize what these objects are that are the color red. And as they do it, they need to have some kind of manipulative. So you could use, like, say you have red Play-Doh, and they could put a little piece of Play-Doh on the circle. And then, or you could do it as the teacher. You could put the Play-Doh on there already for them, and then they press it down every time when they say it. So they would press it down and say, red fire truck. Fire truck is red. Red strawberry. Strawberry is red. red crab. Crab is red. Or, since I have objects that actually match the pictures, they can grab them from over here and match them up. So they can grab the fire truck, red fire truck, and match it to the picture. Red strawberry, match it to the picture. And red crab, and match it to the picture. Now, if you don't have the objects, but you want to be able to have the matching objects, here's a separate trick you can do. Is just print 2 of these out. Print out 2 of them, and then cut out the second pictures and have them match up the pieces of paper, the pictures that you printed out. You could also add Velcro dots and then have them match them up that way. So if you don't have the objects, don't fret, and you want them to be able to match up the objects, you can always print out 2 and match them that way. All right, let's move on. This next instructional activity is a circle, and they are going to use any kind of object you have to fill in the circle. And so I decided, I have a few options here. One of my options is I have a bag here of little apples, and these are apple erasers, and I thought that because they're red, of course we're going to use red objects just because we're doing red this week, and because they're red and they're apples for A, I thought we would use those to fill in our circle. So that's just fun. Now, one thing I forgot to grab to show you is we have fine motor tools like little tweezers or little spoons and things that they can use to pick up the objects and put them on there. That makes it a little bit more difficult. So if you wanted to do something like that and use a fine motor tool to your kiddos that you want to work on fine motor skills, then that would be great as well. I also have these little guys that are red. They're just little characters, and so they could go around the whole circle and fill in their circles with these little characters. So you get the idea. Okay, this next activity uses pattern blocks to make the capital and lowercase a. So they would just use their little pattern blocks. I have mine over here to the side. You can't really see them. And they would fill in this capital and lowercase a with their pattern blocks, just like I'm doing. So you would need a set of pattern blocks for this activity, but it's a lot of fun learning your letter A for the week and filling in with your pattern blocks. Okay, again, just like when we did with the circle, we can fill in our capital A as well. And so this time I'm going to use these little round, I don't know what you call them, but I have a whole set of these just little connectors. I showed you these in my last video, and I took out all the red ones, and so they can fill in with those. Of course, you could use anything. You could use little toys, little buttons, pom-poms, whatever you have. I just want them to be able to use red objects, obviously, since we're working on the color red. All right, this one is the letter A, Domats, and again, all of this comes in the curriculum. So I just printed them out. You can cut them out separately if you want to do like capital letter one day and lowercase letters another day, but I just printed out the whole thing together. And then of course they use their Play-Doh. I took out my red Play-Doh for the week. It's not exactly red. It's like a, I don't know, it's almost kind of orangey, but it's the closest Play-Doh that I had to red. It looks red, actually. And of course, they're going to just, you know, make the letter with the dough. Now, another thing you can do with these is if you have a dry erase marker, which I have one here. And of course, I took out our red dry erase marker today. You can have them trace, because it has the lines here for tracing. And of course, use their dough and make the letters. Now, let me just take this dough off, because on the back side, I have our number 1. Of course, our number 1 is the number of the week. And this one too, you can make it with dough. So I would roll out my dough and make the number 1. And of course, again, you can cut these apart, but I just kept them together because then after they make their number 1, I'm going to have them use their pattern blocks to make the number 1 with their pattern blocks as well. All right, this is another fun one. I love this one because they are going to drive a car on the capital A. And of course, I found a red car in their toys, and so that's what we have to use, right? So they're going to drive their red car on the letter A road. So much fun. All right, this activity for the week is called Feed Mr. Circle. And we did this activity today. Now, the way we did it is we just did it very simple. Mr. Circle looks like this. And what I usually do is, what I've done in the past, is I attach him to a, just with some tape, I attach him to a little like bowl or a little cup. And then when they feed, oh, you can't even see it. When they feed him, his food will like go behind him into a little cup or a little bowl. But instead today, I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna hold him and then have them feed him. So I just held him and they were feeding him. And so what it is they have all these little pieces here of food. And Mr. Circle only likes to eat circle food. So only the food that is in the shape of a circle. So basically, with some kids, you may just want to hand them a piece of food one at a time. And so I would hand them this watermelon and say, watermelon, is the watermelon a circle? No, okay, we're not going to feed Mr. Circle watermelon. Here's some cheese. Is the cheese in a circle? No, it's a square. We're not going to feed that to him. Here's a cookie. Is the cookie in a circle? It is. Let's feed Mr. Circle. And then they'll feed Mr. Circle. And so there's a couple of them. There's an orange. Obviously, banana would not be in a circle. But so there's lots of food here. Oh, there's a donut that's in a circle. They could feed it to them. There's pizza that's in a circle. So you, oop, I missed it, but you get the idea. So the other, some of the other food is in other shapes. And so it wouldn't go in there, but they only feed the shapes that are in a circle to Mr. Circle. Okay, this next activity is sorting the number 1. So there is a mat that looks like this. This is one side of the mat. This is the other side. Whoops. Come on, camera. This is the other side of the mat. So basically the kids are going to sort. So there are cards here. And this first set is they're going to look at these cards and they're only going to they're going to sort them by if it's the number 1 or if it's not showing the number 1. So for example, on this pumpkin, let's see if you can see this. There are 2 seeds. So 1, 2, so that is not 1. This has 5 dots, so that is not 1. This has 1 seed on the apple, so that is 1. This has 1 dot on the pie, so that is 1. We're going to put that in the ones over here. So that's basically what they do is they sort. This has 3, so it's going to go over here. This has 3, so it's going to go in the not 1. And there's more. I have a whole like stack here. And they would just sort. Then on the back side, they sort the actual numeral. So on the other side, they were sorting, they were counting and sorting. Now they're going to sort the numerals. So for example, this is the numeral 7. So that's not a 1. But this is the number 1. So it's going to go here. And this has the number 1. So it's going to go in this pile, and you get the idea. They're just going to sort through all their numbers. This is an apple with the number 1. It's going to go here. And this is the number 5, so it's going to go here. All right, now, a separate thing that I'm going to do with this activity, we haven't done this one yet, but what I thought I might do, because I want them to be able to visually see this, is I'm going to pull out a pocket chart. Okay, so what I'm going to do in my pocket chart is I put some of the cards that have a number 1 here, and then I'm just going to have them take the cards with the pictures of one object and put them next to it. So this has 1 dot on it, so they're going to put it next to it, and then this has 1 dot on there. These are 10 frames, by the way, so if you're wondering, it's to help the children learn to see what 1 looks like in correlation to 10. All right, so then they would put this one here because that has 1, and maybe this one here because this sun has 1. Okay, we did this activity today, and my 2-year-old loved it because he was able to use his little magnetic letters. And what I loved about this week is that our magnetic letters, since the A is a vowel, it's red. So our magnetic letters are, the consonants are blue and the vowels are red. And so it was perfect for this week just because we're doing the color. So basically what they have to do is they have to match up capital and lowercase magnetic letters and cover them up. So they have to find all the A's, and we look at our A on here and we say A, big A, little a. Okay, let's find them. And so they had to match them up like this. So there's capital A and lowercase a, and the different fonts can kind of trip them up, and that's the point. So you want them to be able to discriminate which ones are the A's. And so they did that today. And then this is letter and sound fluency. They did this today, and basically they took their magnetic letters as we did it, and we said A says a, apple, axe, A says a, and they would say it and they would put them on there. And so then we would go through the whole thing after they have their magnetic letters on there. We would say A says a, apple, axe, the A says a, the A says a, ant, axe, the A says a. All right, here is another matching the letters, but this is matching capital lowercase. So on here is capital A, and then they cover up all the lowercase a's. And again, we used our magnetic letters to do this. Now, if you do not have magnetic letters or enough magnetic letters, then you can just have them cover it up with like their little manipulatives. So instead of using our letters, you know, they could find them all and just cover them up with their little objects. If you don't have enough, because a lot of times you might have magnetic letters, but your set might not come with enough letters. And so that is another option in case you don't have enough. All right, this is one of our tracing pictures from the curriculum. And so they will use, we haven't done this one yet, but they will use their red dry erase marker and they will trace. Their A is for apple. So that's just a fun tracing one. You don't have to obviously have them use dry erase, but mine is laminated. You could not laminate it and just print them out. You could even print them out in black and white and let them use crayons, markers, whatever. Same thing with the circle. They're going to trace the circle, obviously in red, 'cause we're talking about red. So there's a fun one for them to do. And they're going to trace the number 1. There's another one. And they're going to trace one object. There's the sock. And then, as you saw with our color red, we also have the fluency strip for the letter A. And so what we do is A is for apple. A is for ant. A is for axe. A says ah. I feel like I'm singing this 100 times, but it's good. It's good repetition for the kids. The A says ah. The A says ah. For apple, ant, and axe, the A says ah. So you can kind of change up the song a little bit to fit your activity that you're working on. But yeah, using the magnetic letters and matching those up is great. Also, if you had picture examples, like if I printed out 2 of these, they could match up the picture examples, however you wanted to do that one. Okay, and then for circles, and I don't know why I don't have my, I have some pages like this for the number 1 as well, and I don't know why I don't have them out here, but I will have to find those. So I can't show them to you in this video because I don't have them out here. But, so these are the circle ones, and I have, where I have it. Okay, so I have a bunch of circle buttons, and so then they just match them up like so, and they do their circles. And then we talk about the different objects that are a circle. So pizza is a circle, and cookies are a circle. And so lots of fun. We can do this one more than once as well. And then this one, they just have to find the pictures that are circles and cover them up with whatever objects you have. So only the shapes or the pictures that are in the shape of a circle. Okay, we're almost done. I just wanted to show you a few other things that I took out for this week. This is a little letter A alphabet book from my Phonics for Reading curriculum. So it's not my preschool curriculum I've been showing you, but it is an awesome book that I love to read whenever we do the letter A. So I took this one out. Again, it's from my Phonics for Reading curriculum, the very first unit. And the very first unit is all about the letter A. And so this one is great. It's a phonics reader, and we do apple, alligator, and ant. So we took this one out, and we're going to be doing this. And we use Play-Doh on the little A's, and we smash the Play-Doh when we say the A and the A sound and all that. So this one is great. And then here's some more books. These are just other books that I took out to read during our circle time. So we try to do a very short little circle time in the mornings. And so I just took out a couple of different books to use during circle time. Of course, we have lots of other books, and of course, I get books from the library. I didn't have a chance to go to the library. I haven't had a chance to be at the library at all. So these are just our at-home books. This one is a really cute one. This is shapes, and of course when we get to the circle we'll say, that's our shape of the week. It's a circle. It's really cute because they can press these little circles and it makes the sound, and they love that. So that one's awesome for sensory. Then this is a color book. So we'll talk about our colors, and of course red is the first one. But then we'll read through the whole thing. We've been reading these. This is Biscuit is another one of my favorites. I love Biscuit books for preschoolers. And so I have Biscuits ABCs and Biscuits 1, 2, 3s, and we read through. And then these are Lift the Flap books. So love Biscuit books. We have so many Biscuit books because I just love them. So there's those. This is another cute one. This is the ABC one, and then this is the 1, 2, 3. And there are a lot of likes. So they have these, like, for the 1, 2, 3, they have the sliders. And I'm just trying to go through it kind of quickly, but like here's the number 2 page. And again, this is great for sensory because they can feel with their finger how to make the number 2 because it's like cut out. And then over here they have these 2 dots that they can slide with their finger as you read. So when you turn the page, and this one has the 3 dots that they can slide. And of course they can feel. I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but can you see it's like cut out so they can feel. And then this one of course has 4 dots and so on. So this book is another favorite. I have to keep these books away from them when they're playing because they destroy books. Preschoolers and toddlers, and I have a 1-year-old as well, they chew on them and they destroy them. So these are my like good books that we just keep for school, and I keep them up, and then we just take them down just for school, and or just when I want to read with them, when I'm watching them. Especially these ones with the flaps. I have a kiddo that rips all of these. He'll lift them up and then rip the flaps. So I try to keep these safe And like, for example, this one, I think, yeah, see, he did get a hold of this one, and I don't know if you can tell, but I had to tape the C back on, and the A got ripped off as well, so I had to tape that one on. But so yeah, I do have kiddos that I have to, oh, looks like I had to tape F on too. So I do have kiddos that do rip books. So my suggestion is keep them up high, and then only have special books that you only read when you're supervising, and then have other books that they can have when you're not supervising that maybe don't have the flaps or have all of the interactive things. And then because I always have books around for them to play with as well, that don't have all of the interactive pieces to it. But when we're doing school or when we're just sitting down together, I have some special books that I try to keep nice. This is another one, and I love this one. So it's just another alphabet book, but it's got a lot of like things that they can touch, you know, sensory things. So there's that one. And then, oh yeah, this is cute, Corduroy's Day. It's a counting book, but it's a story. So it's like, good morning, here is one bear called Corduroy. He puts on his green overalls and buttons 2 buttons. So it just goes on throughout his day, and it counts. So super, super cute one. So I have that one. Something else I did is I printed out some worksheet pages. These are activity pages. I will leave links below to my website to where you can get these. They don't specifically come with this curriculum, but they come separately. So we already, as you can see, did this one, and we just used the red dot markers to go ahead and color in, you know, our apples. They also used a little bit of crayon on them as well. Oh, and then we did the number 1. So I have a pack of these. I think they only go though to the number 5. So we did those, and we're trying to use the color red obviously for this week, but this little kiddo did some green, so that's okay. Apples are green too. And then we haven't gotten to these ones yet. I printed out this one. I think this comes from a phonics pack of activity sheets on my website that I made a year or 2 ago. So I printed those out. We'll be doing that one. And then this one is actually, I have some alphabet coloring sheets on my website from years ago, forever ago. They're one of like the first things I ever put on my website. So I printed out the apple tree, since we're doing A for apple. And then I made these are stickers. And I printed one out for, you know, each of my 3 kids that are doing this. And what they're going to do is they're going to cut, well, first they'll color the apple tree and everything. And then they will stick the sticker on their paper, probably, let's see, probably right there. And then they will take each of these little apple stickers that I printed out. Now to make them stickers, I print them out on label paper, and then I just cut them out, so they're stickers. So I will have to peel off the label for them, because I don't think they could do that. But what they're going to do is they're going to put a sticker on each apple, like this. After they color it. So, and hopefully they can match them up like that. And so yeah, so that is my plan for these worksheet pages. And last but very not least is, this is our learning binder. This is on my website if you want to go check it out. I, again, will have everything that's on my website linked in the description box below this video. But this is our interactive learning binder, and we use this when we do circle time. And so when we do circle time, we read the books like I was showing you, but we also do our calendar and our weather and all of that. And that is in this book. And this book is interactive because it's all Velcro. And so we have been doing our month. And so this is our calendar, and so every day we add another day, and we do songs. So for example, here's our months of the year. And and they can take these on and off, and that way they can put them in order. So then we'll sing, and this actually, this binder actually kind of sits up, but I have the camera zoomed in so you can't see that. But we'll sing a song, so we'll go, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the 12 months of the year. So we'll do the months of the year, and then we'll do the days of the week. And up here, if you see, I have Tuesday because today was Tuesday. So I'll take that one down. I have them take out the day of the week that it is, and we put it up there. Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So get the idea. And then our seasons, and we take our day, so it's still summer, so we take our summer one off each day, and we usually put it up here. We didn't do that actually today, so that's what we normally do. And our weather we do every day. There's a song by Dr. Jean. Check it out. And she goes through, it's kind of like, what will the weather, what will the weather be today? And then it goes through each of the different types of weather. And then what we do is we take these off and we put what the weather is for the day up here. So whatever the weather was. So we do weather, and then we don't do these ones every day, but these pages are fun for them to match up. So like these little bugs have dots on them, and they have to match up the numbers. And then there's a set of alphabets, and they have to match up the alphabet. So since we are doing the letter A, we can match that up, but we didn't do that one today. But anyways, we always do calendar, days of the week, months of the year, and our weather every day. Then these other pages are just extra. Here's colors to match up, and again, they're all Velcro, so we match those up. Here are shapes to match up, Velcro. Money to match up, so here's our nickel. Some of these are up here still. Here's our dime. Here's our penny. We don't do these every day. These are just in here. Here's time to match up, so there's some clocks. My kids can't do that yet, or my preschoolers can't do that yet. My older kids can, obviously. Farm animals to match up. Zoo animals to match up, and the last one is matching up plants. So that is our interactive learning binder that we use when we do. Oh, and the first page is actually these go down here, and you can customize it for specific students if you want them to do their name. This used to be for my son James when he was a preschooler, and now he's 7. So we don't use this page anymore. We just skip right on to the calendar. But I'm gonna put our month back up there because tomorrow my kids will be wondering where that went. But yeah, so you can customize this for your students' names. This is the end, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it actually turned out kind of long, but I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope it helps you when you are planning for preschool. And I want to know if you can leave me, comments. Let me know if you'd like me to do a video like this for each of our weeks. So like I said, this is going to last for 2 weeks, even though it's a week's worth of learning in the curriculum. I'm going to make it last for 2 weeks. But so after these 2 weeks, if you'd like to see how I've planned out for the next week or two, let me know. Let me know if you want me to keep going with these lesson videos. I will also continue going with our hands-on activity videos, like I always do. But if you like these lesson videos as well, to see specifically what skills we're working on, like this week with the color red and our circle and the letter A and the number 1, yeah, let me know in the comments. Now I'm rambling, so I'm gonna go. Hope you guys have a great, great day. Bye.